this this has always been everybody calls it Little Black Path, and it's
Do they?
yeah, and what it is, it's like a cut through. This house is a new house here.
Okay.
That's I said obviously that's the smallest school. That's always been a field there,
Yeah.
and that's where the stream goes underneath. I was talking about.
Yeah.
And it turns into a proper stream at the back of here.
Yeah.
But this has always been a cut through for people here, because down there there's a big shops, the post office, the chip here, and hairdressers.
Yeah.
It's a proper little lifeline.
Yeah.
And then like before they did this, it used to flood, so you get like the older people from round here couldn't go to the post office to get the money. So again, that star thing, because this is just part of it. Or it's not part of it, but they said, well, we need this anyway. We finally kept margin and margin, and we got a proper path built.
You got the tarmac down?
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't seem a lot, does it? But
No, that is brilliant.
And a big grid put in there.
Okay.
So yeah.
Should we go down it?
Yeah. It's and then I love it in the morning because I come this way for my paper.
Yeah.
And it's not so bad now because it's dark when I'm going, but when it's coming light about 4 o'clock, the amazing sights you get, because you get here now, all that is full of mist, just along the top of there.
Is it?
And just as you walk in, there's a little gradient down. You actually walk through mist, just for it's.
Yeah. Nice in the morning.
Yeah.
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 Like I said, it's our next thing is we're trying to get a light or a lamp, but to like
Along
halfway
here.
through.
Yeah.
Because he's sick of putting a bulb in there for us. It's one of them where you walk past, you just see when that lights up, you just got about 2 foot where you can see.
Yeah.
And just shoot off. Yeah.
Is that one of them that comes on as you pass?
It's just a sensor thing.
Yeah.
And it's just this. It doesn't look much,
No,
but
brilliant.
to people round here and over there, it's a lifeline. This path, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Because before it was that there's a big. It does get a little bit wet, but you can put it. But it was like 2 or 3 foot before it was a proper path and everything. So it was a lifeline. But we're just trying to get a lamp at the moment now. That's Broadoak Primary where I work.
Right.
But it's called. It used to be called Smallshaw School whenever we were kids. And again, we used to. This was this field was all flattish because this is where they had the football pitch here.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and then the fence there. The caretaker used to love it. In fact, he even bent the things like this for us. Right, so we could go and play football along there all summer. He said, "While you were playing there, nobody can break in."
My God.
Yeah, and he said if the ball goes on roof, because obviously there were no alarms in and things like that. He said if it goes on roof, be careful, like you got my permission. But he said because he was one of I think it was headmistress said, and complaints at kids, and he said I can't remember. He said, well they're playing till like 8:30, 9, 10 o'clock at night while it's light. So nobody's going to break in. And it just stopped like the break-ins because kids were playing on there. We used to have football, we used to have our athletics events on it, and everything. Yeah.
So he'd bend the fence post like that, so you can get
did
in.
it like that, so we could sort of like squeeze in and play on his thing. Them are them houses I was telling you about. Them are all, when I say brand new, they're quite old now.
Yeah.
But all this was flat. This was a field right up to Coronation Road.
Really?
Bottom of Greenwood Avenue. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
But where them houses are, if it really rained, that was like a pond. And again, you were cut off.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to get over to that side, you had to walk straight up Smallshaw Lane and down.
Yeah.
Or you couldn't come this way, but this was flooded as well.
Yeah.
Because if you notice how the dip is now, it's quite a dip in it from there to there.
Is.
So you can see if you're coming like when I said about the mist coming over.
Yeah.
So it just like sort of like Conan Doyle as you're coming through, and it was like frosty here.
Yeah.
And then the stream comes out then down here.
Oh,
You can't really
does it?
see it now. Yeah. And then again it goes down there, past there, and it comes out then near Daisy Nook and joins the River Tame it is, because the Medlock's over Staley Bridge side, I think. Because we have two rivers in Ashton.
Okay.
And then when we were kids, this was the posh bit.
This was the posh. Oh, I can tell.
This was the posh bit, yeah. It was all like all the council estate there, and then it was like this was the posh bit. Yeah. But we're getting a new school's going here.
Is it?
Yeah, we're getting a new school. It's all being built on here.
Okay.
again, this is we're classed as a deprived area, believe it or not.
Well, I've heard that.
Yeah, not just around here. We're classed as a deprived area.
Yeah.
One of the meetings we had was Tameside, or this Ust area, was one of the worst in the country for people communicating with the police. They didn't trust them. They didn't want to know and everything.
Okay.
It happened somewhere in Cheetham Hill, somewhere in that area, and this guy and this lady said, like, we've had enough. Let's get some. And they just started off with like a bit of an home watch, and it's built up and built up and built up and built up, and it's a massive organisation now. Right. It really has. It's changed the community. Yeah. And we had the two guys come up and give us a chat about it, and that's. But since then, again, we've just seemed to have been let down.
Yeah.
Because loads of people turned up. We had big tables where we all got big spreadsheets. We wrote down what we wanted. Yeah. What we liked of the area, what we didn't like of the area, what we want, what we don't want, what we could do with, and things like that.
Yeah.
And then we had another meeting, I think about 6 weeks later, the feedback. Again, that was a brilliant turnout. But then again, it's been, then what? Nothing.
Yeah.
They said, you can have some signs, but these haven't been put up or nothing. Hiya, my little friends, are you alright? Yeah, alright.
I got mints.
Mints?
Nice.
Oh, it upsets when they say you're in a deprived area, because it's like you can, anywhere in the world, you can go on a brand new estate and you'll get some who will work and some who won't work. And I've worked all my life, and I'm a big believer of it, you know what I mean? It's like my girls and everything, all my brothers and everything, we're all in work. We've worked for what we've got.
Yeah.
My wife lost a job, and we got in debt with rent. We're still in debt, but she's working now, so we're paying that off.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just.
Yeah.
But the school I'm at, there's, I would say 100 parents, 70 are on benefits, and they don't want to come off, and that's what's giving the area a bad name. You know what I mean? And it really, really upsets me sometimes. There's lots of people who want to work and can't get work, then the genuine ones. Yeah. But there's a lot of people around here what just can't be bothered.
Right.
Really can't be bothered getting off the backside and everything. And I think that's what gets a lot of people's back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.